Nice. What about your memorable moment, John?
My most memorable moment is actually way less black tanky. It was waking up in Austin, South by Southwest, to a female cardinal, which is the brown one, not the red one, who decided she was sitting in a tree a ways away from the RV and decided that her reflection in the window of the bedroom, the window in the bedroom, was an offensive thing that must be destroyed. And so the tree was like 8 or 10 feet away, and she'd sit there and she'd squawk at it, and then she would fly over, and at the very last second realize she was on a collision course with this bird that was attacking her, and pull up and scrape along the window, and then fly back to the tree. And let me tell you, Figaro was in heaven.
Oh, I'll bet.
You could see the bird through the window, and he would, every time she flew over, I thought he was going to die of a heart attack. He was just so excited.
I can't hear you, but it looks like you're just doing an interpretive dance. I don't know what you're doing.
Nice.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Looks good.
It started every single morning I was there at John, what is it, McKinney Falls State Park. And it started every single morning I was there. I was there like 11 days. And actually, I'm still pissed at Phil Campbell because he was supposed to come to South by Southwest and hang out for 11 days. But I couldn't make it. And the best excuse he could say he came up with is, I can't make it. I'm gutted. Which, if you watch his episode, I'm gutted.
Sure. As far as RV, I just want to talk about RV stuff that's happened, most memorable RV moment. There's certainly a lot of negative ones that stick out, and I could just get rid of those. But the most memorable thing that I've ever had in an RV was the entire experience of Daytona inside the infield for 1 week. Meeting so many awesome race fans, being able to be up close, being able to fit in with so many other RVers and people that share the passion of NASCAR racing. That experience in an RV, I would have never got to experience that without being in an RV. So to date, that's still probably the most memorable RV experience that I have.
And for me, the highlight of your most memorable experience comes in 2 words. Wheelbarrow racing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That was something I didn't even know about coming there. So you never know. They know how to party.
So much fun.
It was fantastic. It was fun.
Sarah, did you take classes to learn cake decorating?
I heard wheelbarrow racist. I don't think that's a thing.
That's a thing. No, it's really a thing.
Are you saying racing or racist? Wheelbarrow racing?
Racing in a wheelbarrow, yes.
Oh, okay, that's a thing. I was like, what's a wheelbarrow racist?
Oh.
Okay, gotcha. I was all like, really? That's a great story, bro. Sorry.
Right?
I've done wheelchair racing down a carport. That's fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Until you get to the end, because you got to stop. You usually just got to hit a wall. But, you can recover.
Yeah.
Did you take classes to learn cake decorating?
No, it was the art of bullshit. It was kind of a fake it till you make it. I had rent due in 2 weeks, and the business I worked for went out of business. And so they asked if I could do it, and I said yes. I just did not mention that I'd never done it before. But I had total faith in myself. The first few cakes I made were not pristine. But the guy who hired me, I've still talked to him. He said he hired me because I laughed at all my own jokes, and he thought my snort was funny. So I guess, I just got hired because I'm a jackass. So that worked out in my favor. But I picked it up pretty quick.
That's cool.
I've always been really Did that go through?
Yeah, we got it.
I feel like I need to be like over and out so I can figure out the time delay. I do have a CB. I don't know how to use it. I could just use it as a prop.
You answered this earlier. Dan asks, how long have you been in your van? I think we came up with the answer was 11 months.
I think like 10 months, 11, yeah. Still a newbie.
Are you kidding? You've been at it almost a year. Craig, our buddy Craig, says he plays the accordion, but he can't do two things at once. So we should all keep going for lessons. From what he sees on American Idol, we will all be great.
Cool.
If that was a question, I couldn't hear it. It broke up. I'm sorry if it was for me.
Just a comment. But.
Oh, okay.
Are the dishes you make on the channel quote unquote recipes or just TTQs thrown together quick, off the cuff kind of stuff?
It's mostly just whatever. I usually shop the ads and whatever's on sale at the grocery store and put stuff together. But sometimes I'll look up measurements, but most of the stuff I make, I just kind of throw together. Whatever sounds good. I've worked a lot of food jobs, so I just kind of wing it.
Yeah, I see the stuff that you make, and I'm so jealous. I am not that talented yet. Photo hysteria. How did, and this isn't in fact a question, how did Nomada Whateva get so cute?
What's the question?
How did Nomada Whateva get so cute?
Well, when a man and a woman love each other very much. My mom, well, you guys have met my mom if you watch my channel. She's pretty cool, but thank you. I don't know.
I like your answer way better than mine. Mine was going to be, you won the genetic lottery.
I don't think I'm a dog or anything, but I never thought I was super cute, but thanks. I mean, that shit embarrasses me, though. Move on. Something else.
All right, after your little beach episode, have you bought a tow strap?
No, I haven't. Since I'm in a different RV than when that happened, the best thing I could come up with, and I thought this would be a great thing, would be to put a winch on the front of the RV and to have it welded up there. That way I could just kind of be in a little more control by myself. That way, if I got stuck somewhere in the mud or something, I wouldn't even have to rely on another vehicle necessarily. I could find a tree or something to hook onto and kind of be still self-sufficient and in control a little bit. Having a tow rope would be great, but I would still have to have somebody to be flagged down in order to help me. And I haven't done anything yet as far as that, and I don't have any plans to go back on the beach until next year at Padre Island.
So I heard you say, put a winch on the front, and my immediate reaction was, with or without a gigantic beer stein?
Oh, I like that.
Take the Jaguar off, put a winch on the front, it'll make it a little hard to see when you're driving down the road. But I think you would get a whole ton more subscribers with the dash cam.
Sure. Oh, for sure. I like that.
Eric, did you ever consider being a lumberjack when you grew up? And because Sarah's in Oregon, I'm going to ask the same question of her.
I know, right? I had one bad chainsaw experience when I was about 12 or 13. I was sawing through something and using my right foot up on the log of support, and I went through it and didn't realize what I'd actually done is cut off the whole front of my boot. But I'd done it at the angle that my toes decline like that. So I took off the whole front of the boot, and you could see sock through the boot, and I almost cut off some toes.
Pretty lucky.
And I think ever since that experience, like I said, I was 11 or 12. I don't think I've ever even held a chainsaw since that day. I've never owned one. I've never operated one. I've used hand saws and stuff like that, but I think I probably just terrified myself of chainsaws at that early age.
The same thing happened to me, except for I cut off both my feet. And now I'm like a quarter robot, and I think it's really cool. I'm bionic, and no one wants to be a bionic lumberjack, so no, it's not in the cards. But I did work at the paper mill in Longview for a while. I got like, that was hell on earth, like with my mouth and how I look, and being in a small town at a paper mill. Like, yeah, I got in a fight with a lot of lumberjacks, but I don't really need to be one myself, I think. I look good in a flannel, though. But that's about it.
Yeah.
Fuck that noise.
What's the most challenging part of living in an RV? Sarah, go.
Planning, definitely. I'm a very off-the-cuff person. I'm one of those people that you could be like, wake me up out of bed and be like, you want to go get Bloody Buddies? And it's like 8 a.m. I'll be like, okay. Or like, you want to go to the beach? Or like, for me, it's planning with the tanks and the propane and with all the things I do, just like, and also keeping track of things. Like, I'm a little scatterbrained, and like, I need to remember, I don't know how to gauge my propane. So I just kind of gauge it by the amount of time I've been using it and how much. I can't figure out, there's no gauge anywhere that I've seen. So I guess just like, that's the most difficult for me, is just keeping everything in check, because I've read the manuals on the van, but there's still some things here that are foreign to me. So that's my most difficult part, is just the learning curve, I guess.
I have bad news for you, Sarah.
What? Smart ass.
You lose the potty lottery.
The potty lottery?
You lose the potty lottery.
What's? Oh, do you gotta pee too? I've been waiting. I know when I break the seal, I'm fucked. I'm literally just like, you can't see my feet going like this underneath the table.
I have an experience that
I didn't know there was a lottery.
Yeah, no. One of the challenging things as far as me being in the RV, kind of like what you were talking about with the gauges and stuff like that. But being nomadic, I when the next opportunity that's going to come when I get a chance to get fresh water or dump the tanks or find propane on the road. So it's always been kind of a challenge to just kind of take care of it when I know I can, when I see it. The propane might be 3/4 full, but I see a tank, I might just get a quarter tank real quick. However, the really neat thing that's changed in the last, half of this trip is the fact that, like I kind of mentioned, I'm staying in an RV park or campground once a week. And that's just something I plan to do. It's going to be $40 or $45 a night, whatever it's going to cost. But I do that once a week, and I've found myself worrying a lot less on finding those services on the road. So kind of cool, because
once a week I just go to the RV park. So
and it's been a challenge. It's been a challenge because I don't want to go to RV parks. I'm absolutely not happy. I was at one just the other day and literally, caked in there like sardines, and all I wanted to do was just leave. I'd already paid. I'd already dumped my tanks. I'd already taken care of everything I had to take care of, and I still wanted to leave. And they had locked the gate, and it was raining, and yeah, they actually choose it, and I don't know.
Both of you shut your mouths.
Tough. Hey, I'm still here. She got muted.
I don't get why some people live.
It happened as soon as you logged in, too. I guess 3 is just too many on Blab.
Have you ever been to a Renaissance festival? Most states have them.
I have not been to a Renaissance festival, but I met a couple down at Padre Island, Cruising Castles, and they had these really, really awesome coffee mugs that were custom made out of wood weavings, and they, it was all glossed up and looked super cool and custom. And they said they got them, and I guess they do Renaissance fairs all the time. I've never even been to one in my life, though. I haven't.
Yeah. I am only slightly embarrassed to admit this. I did Renaissance recreation when I lived up in the Pacific Northwest, because up there it's a whole lot of dressing in funny clothes and drinking all weekend. And
isn't that LARPing, like live action role play where like they sword fight in Renaissance clothes and stuff?
Yeah, it's not really LARPing though. LARPing is when you like take on a character, and
I'd rather drink meat and hit someone with a sword. I don't know, but I haven't really been to a Renaissance fair.
Yeah, I used to. I've got this really awesome scar on my thumb from fencing.
Cool.
Yeah, I used to dress in funny clothes and fence. And so I've been to Renaissance fairs and I've been in Renaissance fairs.
Ameningo Montoya.
And yeah. And probably my favorite one though, I went as a guest with a girlfriend I had years and years ago to a Ren fair in Texas. And a huge road trip to go do this. But we walked in the door and this dude rode up on a horse and like stole my girlfriend. Like climbed up on the back of the horse and away they went. And I found her drinking beer with the gas like 3 hours later. It was pretty awesome.
Right on.
Joe says you can dump your tanks at Camping World for free. They ask for a can of food for their food bank barrel.
Oh, I've used Camping World as a dump station and fresh water, potable drinking water. I've never been asked if I was a customer to show a receipt. I've never been asked for canned food, but that is cool. I mean, maybe there's a certain areas where they want canned foods. I've never been asked though. But good resource. Thank you, Joseph. Just to donate to dump your tanks.
Oh, is that like at Camping World?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what Joseph Villalobos said.
Villalobos.
I've not been to a Camping World yet.
Why not? They're fun.
Hold on. No, I don't know. It just looks. I mean.
You'll find like the weirdest cool stuff at Camping World. Like something I've never seen, but I just saw the other day, is a product that is sold as a fake vent, and it actually says dent vent. What it's for is to buy these in different sizes to cover up the holes and dents in your RV. And I did the exact same thing using a junkyard dent or vent back in Olga when I was coming down to work, and I didn't even know that it was an actual thing to sell them that way. And they had a whole section of different size dent vents. Pretty cool.
Gilbert Patterson.
They make Band-Aid stickers. I wouldn't be above that.
That's true, yeah.
Has anybody heard from Happily Houseless? The answer is no, aside from what's publicly out there. And will you be interviewing him at any time since his operation? We have been letting him kind of heal up, and we haven't even reached out to talk to him yet. But yeah, Happily Houseless, having those guys come on would be awesome. We've been trying to keep up with the news, and we've been trying to share it with you when we can, when there's something new, like when they got engaged and when he got out of the hospital and stuff like that. But we haven't reached out to him yet to say, hey, we had this show. You want to come on? So many questions.
Sure.
Dan, I'm pretty close to moving into an RV myself. What should my first step be? I would say look at a lot of RVs. Because there are just so many out there. And I think floor plan is key.
Yeah, I agree. Find your floor plan, for sure.
And then practice, It's the shortcoming that I have in this coach. I always say practice sitting on the can and go through the motions of wiping your butt. Because, when you're sitting there, it may seem fine, but there are contortions that you have to go through to engage in
exactly. Step into the shower and put your arms up and, pretend like you're lathering up. Exactly. Yep.
Because, it's one thing to stand there and go, hey, look at all this room that I have. But then when you stick your elbows out like this, you get your hands up on your head, it winds up, I've got to wash my hair. I've got to turn sideways because I've got 24 one way and 36 the other, so I'm kind of turned sideways for my elbows.
One interesting thing about my RV, I talked about the skylight that's in the shower area. So I have the normal vent fan that opens up, but there's a skylight that is an aftermarket, and you can tell the reason why it was put in was to add extra height into the shower. So a previous owner bought it and then was too tall to fit in the shower. Must have had to kink his head or something. I don't have that problem, but that's why they cut a hole in the roof and put in the dome skylight. And for me, it lets in a lot more ambient light right over the shower, so I actually like it a lot. But obviously somebody didn't test out the shower before they made a purchase, probably. Jack, say hi to everybody. No.
Shelly, Old Fart New Start, who is here February 19th. I am in the process of downsizing my RV full-time. How many towels should I pack? Shelly, you're asking two dudes.
Well, but I mean, seriously, too. I mean, you're asking two dudes that have totally different laundry schedules, too. I mean, I literally do laundry once every 2 weeks, and you probably do it every week or something like that, like most normal people. But
I'm so spoiled. My time, when I got here in August, I had no desire to sit in a Phoenix laundromat for 2 hours every week.
Okay.
And so I found a freaking laundry delivery service. They show up on Tuesday, and they go and they wash my shit, and they bring it back on Friday. And
wow.
They charge 99 cents a pound, and I pay the $16 for them. I could go drop it off and pick it up, and it would just be 99 cents a pound. But my time, it has value, and I value the time that I'm not at work. And so it's worth the $16 for them to come and get it.
Do they fold it too?
They fold it, they hang it, they do all of it.
Wow. I don't think I would want somebody else folding my underwear and stuff. I think that would just...
I don't care.
Yeah, no, I get it too, but you talked about laundry, the stuff, when you don't have it at the facility, how huge that can be and make you want to have your own washing machine. But I will say it would surprise people to know that I actually have 6 bath towels, but I make those last, like I said, two weeks. So that's why I have a lot more clothes so that I can go, longer periods if necessary. I'd rather
have tons of clothes.
I'd rather just do 3 or 4 huge loads in one day rather than go, every 5 days to do 1 or 2 loads.
Yeah, and I still go by the advice that my mom gave me when I was an early teenager, and we should have her on the show at some point.
Yeah, you should.
Martha, but she said if you take a clean towel and you dry a clean body off with it, what do you have? A clean wet towel.
Clean towel.
And so I've got 3. I think I've got 3 gray towels and 2 red towels, and the red towels suck.
I have a towel that I can dye purple for my hair, and then a body towel.
Nice.
But
yeah, I think I
have like 2 towels. I don't know.
I think I go. I don't know. It depends. Between 1 and 3 weeks on a towel, and then and then I switch to the other one and throw that one in the laundry. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I go about 5 days per towel.
And space is at such a...
I know. I agree.
More for you than for me.
I think the funk test is pretty honorable. I don't know, that's how I roll. But how I roll in a van, get it?
Yeah, 180 Lifer over in the chat is like, seriously, 5 days on one towel? I'm like, dude, sometimes I'm 21 days on one towel.
Yeah.
I use a quality test before I turn the water on.
Right.
And I've got extra towels, and if the towel doesn't pass the quality test, then I switch it.
There you go. Yep.
Ellis, do you ever wish you had a car attached to your rig? Well, I do. So.
My car is my rig, so I guess that's for Eric.
No, that counts for you too. I mean, It's funny too, seeing some of the rigs that still carry a car. I saw a small, like 23 Class A, pulling a quad cab rear wheel drive truck. And it never ceases to amaze me how many people do rely on that second vehicle. But then again, I understand that I live a much different lifestyle than the normal RVer, where the normal RVer is going to, park somewhere in an RV park for multiple days in a row, and they still want to tour around the city. So, if they can get 3 times better gas mileage driving around that car that they tow, then all the power to them. I just know, me personally, there's no intention of ever towing a vehicle. I'm just happy walking or riding my bike or catching the subway or trains, buses, whatever.
And I do have a commuter car, so it's not attached, but I use both of them depending on what I'm doing.
Yeah. But just for like theory's sake, say you were going to go on the road for a little bit, would it ever be economical to tow your car so you had a better gas mileage or a different vehicle than just the van?
No, I have the van set up pretty well where I can travel at a whim, because I've taken it places, and if I'm going to party, or even sometimes a band practice, if I don't want to drive after I've been drinking, I can go on a whim. I know the batten down the hatches routine now, and the gas mileage isn't. I know I should know my exact gas mileage, and I know I'm kind of like a bag of dicks for not knowing that, but I don't. But it seems like, I don't know, it seems like I put in $30 into my front tank and 30 into my back tank, and that lasts me for a long time. It seems like a couple of weeks. I think I get does 15 to the gallon sound insane for my size of van?
No, you should be in the 12 to 16 range probably.
It seems and I always try to stay 55 on the freeway, or 50, where it's that seems to keep it pretty even keel. For me, the pain in the ass, the stress of towing something behind this is not worth the couple extra bucks. I'm not one of those people, I'm frugal, but my time and my stress is not as important as money. I'll figure out a way to make more money. There's tons of money out there, and I'll figure out a way to make it. I don't know. I would just rather put the money in my gas tank and not have to haul it around.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same way. The way I look at it is, at this point, we live generally in North America, and actually we live in the most prosperous time on the planet. There is always more money. It may be separated.
You just got to figure out how to make it.
It may be separated from you by a change in jobs. It may be separated from you by learning a new skill. It may simply be separated from you in time. I got to wait until I get paid. But there's always more money. Always.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still yawning. Like I said, I did not get good sleep last night, so it's starting to kick in now.
Oh, the thunderstorm, huh?
Yeah, I was up from 1 to 5, and then I only slept for a couple hours, so I'm feeling it now.
Well, yeah. Bud Light plus thunderstorm makes sleepy time. It's
yeah,
okay.
I guess so.
That's real life. It's all right.
What do I think of the park that I'm in? It's actually, I thought the rules that they had here were pretty restrictive at first, because they have a zero tolerance noisy neighbor policy, which I was like, wow, really? But then one night, my neighbor over there, it was I was out here, I was dicking around on the computer video or something, and I hear a Phoenix police officer, "Put your hands up." I said, "Put your hands up." And I go and I look out the window, and there's 4 cruisers out there, and those people had been arguing, not particularly seriously arguing, but she locked him out of their fifth wheel a couple times, and so he's banging on the door. And then I guess she called the cops on him, and they took it away. And less than 24 hours later, that space was vacant.
Wow.
Yeah. So
it sounds like they take care of drama, so maybe their strictness makes you sleep better or something. I don't know.
I had way more drama in apartments than I've ever had in here. So.
Oh God, yeah.
I know. Mm-hmm.
And the nice thing about living in an RV, you have to know the apartment that I was in Denver, the girl that lived upstairs for the first 8 months I was there was a heel walker. So I swear to God, I thought she was like practicing her, like joining the Marine Corps marching maneuvers or something. Every time she got up from the couch, she'd go into the kitchen. Don't, 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 don't. Don't, 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 don't.
You didn't
Fuck that.
I just had crazy ass neighbors. You said you lived out kind of in. I had a guy actually that was a pretty big incentive to move out of my apartment. Is he shot a bullet bedroom wall about this far from my head. He said he was cleaning his gun at 4 a.m. He worked at Walmart and he was a little off. And the cops came in and busted through my apartment door and shit. And I was like, well, I hid my bong. And then I was like, what the fuck? That was kind of like when I was like, I'm out of these apartments. Like, they were cheap, but like, I got fucked with a lot. And like, once that happened, I was like, no, I need a different route.
Mm-hmm.